Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video, I am going to be doing an angelic energy healing and a light language transmission for coming out of survival mode and into thriving mode. So this is quite a complex thing to heal survival mode. So I'm recording this during Mercury retrograde, and anytime I am doing any sorts of videos or communications during Mercury retrograde, it really affects my ability to communicate unless I name it like I'm doing now. And then it usually gets better. So I'm just going to name it and hopefully I'll be able to string a coherent sentence together. Here's hoping. Okay. So with that being said, healing survival mode is a very complex process, so it incorporates a lot of things depending on what has happened to you during your lifetime. There would be inner child's healing. There would be stuff about your nervous system, emotional regulation. It's probably to do with trauma, all these sorts of things. So it is very complex, it's multi-layered and it's multifaceted. Could also include aspects from past lives or indeed ancestral sort of aspects as well. So just to put it out there, this healing is not going to heal your survival issues completely. If you are starting on this journey of healing yourself, this would be an excellent place to start. Or if you are already knee deep in your journey, this will definitely take off a layer. Because I like to say that people are kind of like onions. They have different layers to themselves and there's different layers to the healing process. So if you watch this video, it will most certainly take off a layer in relation to you healing your survival mode and moving into thriving mode. So just to put that out there to manage expectations. But if this sounds like something you would like to receive, please do give your permission in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to ask my healing team of light just to connect me in to all of those souls who have given their permission to receive this healing today. Excuse me. We're already starting with the clearing. For those of you who haven't watched any of my videos, I usually burp, which means that the energy is clearing. Thank you. So I'm going to call in your healing team of light. Calling in your healing teams of light. Calling in your healing teams of light. And I'm going to ask them just to activate a sacred healing space around all of us now. Energetically, and to anchor that in. The elements are definitely joining us for this healing. The wind, air coming in strongly. Also really nice colors here in the video. Looks like purpley blue on the screen and the white light. So I'm hearing Pleiadian energy and also Metatron very strongly. Thank you very much to the healing teams of light just for creating that sacred space around us. I'm going to ask them to activate a golden dome as well around us energetically and to anchor that in for protection. And it's up to you if you'd like to sit up or lie down during this, or keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels most comfortable for you. But generally it is nice just to close down the eyes and get as relaxed as possible so you can properly go within and tune into the energies. But again, whatever feels comfortable for you. Thank you. So we're going to start with a grounding today. And going to bring down or call down solar energy, so energy from the sun. And we have just had the eclipse yesterday, so it's like a reset, a new beginning, a fresh start. So the energy from the sun is slightly different. And see, sense, feel the solar energies, so kind of orangey yellow lights come down into your soul star chakra, which is just above your head. Just opening your soul star chakra. Healing survival mode and activating thriving. Is this don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it's like a motorbike revving. So it's kind of like feeling to me like we're motoring. So this solar energy is going to spiral down into your crown chakra, and it's going to open your crown chakra, heal anything in relation to survival mode, and activate thriving. As this energy continues down into your third eye chakra, opening up your third eye, clearing and healing survival, activating thriving. As this energy continues to spiral down into your throat chakra, opening up your throat, clearing and healing survival, and activating thriving. The energy is super strong. This is just your opportunity to tune in to yourself, the solar energy, and also into your chakras, and just see what you can feel as we go along or pick up with your psychic senses. As this solar energy continues to spiral into your heart chakra, opening up your heart, clearing and healing survival, and activating thriving. So in the heart, I'm hearing the angels are going to do a nervous system reset. So I'm just seeing this solar energy. It's like it's being flooded into your nervous system. And it's just soothing your nervous system. Your nervous system might have been, well, if you're in survival mode, it's going to be pretty active. Maybe in some cases overactive. We're talking freeze response, we're talking fawn response, we're talking fight or flight. So this solar energy is just going in to calm everything down, reset your nervous system, and kind of return it to its divine blueprint. I also want to ask the angels just to balance and harmonize your nervous system, balance and harmonize cortisol levels, balance and harmonize your assemblage point, your emotional switch, your emotions, and your emotional body. And your heart line, please, angels. To bring everything back into alignment with peace, calm, serenity. To transmute and dissolve any excess cortisol, and to balance the cortisol levels and any other associated hormones in your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system now, please. I'm also hearing that heart breathing is a really good technique or tool to use in order to regulate your emotions and also soothe your nervous system. So we do have a video where I go into this process in detail, which I will link in the description box if you want to check that out. But it is an amazing technique if you feel like you're triggered emotionally, or if you feel like you're going into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Just venturing into your heart, into that energy there, the 5D unconditional loving energy in your heart for some respite, for some sanctuary, and breathing through your heart can just calm everything back down. I'm just giving the angels another minute or two just to fully finish that healing on your nervous system. Excuse me, some clearing happening. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm just feeling like the energy of chaos. So I'm going to ask the angels just to clear that. And to clear any interference energy as well, please. Transmute them both. It kind of feels like the chaos energy has come in and disrupted your system. And just caused this fight or flight response, this fear response. I'm going to ask for healing for that as well, please, angels. I'm also hearing trauma energy really strong. So I'm going to ask the angels to clear and transmute that energy and heal it. Oh God. Okay, so pretty active startle response, which is common in survival mode. The energy is making me really jumpy. Someone just snuck up on me there and walked behind the tree, and I got a fright. So some of you might be feeling like that you are on edge, you're hyper vigilant. If there's any sort of loud noises around you, you might jump and have that startle response. Because I got a fright there. So I'm just going to ask the angels to have a look at that, to clear it, to heal it. And that's also in relation to trauma as well. That response. And to just bring everything back down in alignment with peace. As the solar energy continues to spiral down your shoulders, arms, and into the palms of your hands, and it shoots out your fingertips. So I'm just hearing like some of you might have, might tremble or shake in your outer extremities, particularly in the hands. That it could be to do with this survival mode and this fight or flight, this fear response. Also like trapped nerves, and because of your chronic state of hypervigilance or having that fear response activated chronically, that you might experience tremors, trembles, that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to ask the angels to clear that energy from you now, transmute it and heal it. And it's kind of like when you have that much adrenaline in your body that you do experience that shaking, that trembling, and it needs somewhere to go, that energy and that adrenaline. So if that energy isn't released, then you might experience these sorts of shakes and symptoms. And it's also common if you have had a traumatic experience and you're healing, to experience it's kind of like a full body shake, where that physical trauma is released from the body and you just shake and tremble. And it can be quite debilitating and can be quite scary if you don't know what's happening to you. So that's just being brought to my attention to put that out there for you in case you've had this experience and you're not sure what has happened. But sometimes you can get triggered, and whatever this trauma is that's been in your physical body gets released and you just shake fully. But as I said, it can be scary if you're not sure what's happening. So that's also coming up. So I'm going to ask Archangel Uriel to come in and wrap his wings around you now. Archangel Uriel is an excellent energy to call in if you have experienced any trauma, if you experienced any shock or fear, if you are indeed in the fight or flight response that's been really activated. It's really nice just to call in Archangel Uriel and ask him to wrap his wings around you. It's another way of soothing yourself, regulating your emotions and just soothing your nervous system. So my goodness, the energy is very much I'm just feeling super hyper vigilant, super jumpy, super on edge. And these are all common feelings that you would feel if you're in survival mode. So any sort of person walking by me saying anything is making me jump and startle. So a really active startle response, which I had mentioned earlier. So a lot of fear and terror. So I'm going to ask the angels to clear that as well from you, transmute it, and heal and repair. Also feeling struggle energy. And some of you might be struggling with this a lot because it is very difficult to manage. If you are finding yourself triggered going into that fear response, fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, it can be overwhelming. And it can be difficult to manage if you don't have the tools to regulate your emotions or your nervous system, and you don't know what to do with yourself when you go into these sorts of episodes. Can also be difficult if you don't know what it is that's happening. If you don't know that you've been triggered and you're going into a fight or flight response, which is survival mode. So I'm just going to ask the angels to help you out and support you if you are struggling with this, to bring in any support that you need, any tools that you need, any information it is that you need for that to find you and be presented to you in a way that you can understand. Just going to bring in some healing for the struggle. Going to ask the angels to clear and transmute that energy as well. So we're continuing down. The solar energy is continuing to spiral down into your solar plexus chakra. It's opening your solar plexus and clearing, repairing survival mode, healing survival mode, and activating thriving. So yeah, I'm feeling like a bit all over the place. Kind of scattered. Out of control. Powerlessness, disempowered, helplessness, all when it comes to do with the survival mode and I guess the fear response and how you feel about it. So I'm going to ask the angels just to clear those energies, heal and repair them. So I'm feeling like your equilibrium is off. Excuse me, clearing again. So I'm going to ask the angels just to realign that. Oh, that's much better. Like you were off center and the angels are just gently bringing you back into your center. As the solar energy continues to spiral down into your sacral chakra, opening your sacral, clearing, repairing and healing survival mode, and activating thriving. So sacral chakra is all about emotions. And I'm hearing there's been a lot of emotional turbulence So I'm going to ask the angels just to clear and heal it, repair any damage, and bring in any energies of support that you need in order to navigate this emotional turbulence. So some of you might be going through a healing crisis at the minute. The ascension process, your healing journey, and it's brought up a lot of stuff to the surface, mostly lower vibrational energies, emotions, and it can be overwhelming, especially if you're dealing with sort of like repressed trauma and it suddenly is just released and it's released into your system. It can be a lot to navigate and to process and go through. It can be debilitating, it can be overwhelming, it can be very difficult. So I'm just going to ask the angels to surround you in a hug, to bring in whatever energy you need right now. If you're struggling, if you're going through this. And they're just saying if there's any help that you need specifically to ask them, you can do it now in this session, either out loud or in your mind, or later at your own time, whatever feels best for you. So also, if you need it, to get professional help. And also to create a support system in place for yourself. So friends, family, some people that you can trust, or professional medical help that you can talk to, that they can hold you in a sacred supportive space so you can process these emotions. As this solar energy continues to spiral down into your root chakra, opening and activating your root chakra, clearing, healing and repairing survival mode, and activating thriving mode. Okay, so the root chakra is all to do with survival. So this is having or not having your basic needs met. So in terms of like physical stuff, shelter, food, water, that stability, security as well, safety issues. All these sorts of issues coming up in the root, like lack of money as well. So asking the angels just to bring in some healing energy and to clear, heal and repair this area. As the solar energy continues to spiral down into your knee chakras, opening up your knees, clearing and healing survival mode, and repairing and activating thriving mode. So feeling a lot of injustice energy around the knees. Just asking that to be cleared and transmuted, please. As the energy continues to spiral and flow down into your feet chakras, opening your feet chakras, clearing, healing, and repairing survival mode, and activating thriving. So I'm feeling like some of you might have been in situations where you couldn't move, you couldn't get away, you felt entrapped and stuck, or you froze. So I'm going to ask the angels to heal this, bring in healing energy for this. As the solar energy continues to spiral down into your Earth Star chakra in the earth, opening your Earth Star and healing, clearing and repairing survival mode and activating thriving. So again, money issues coming up strongly in the Earth Star chakra. Anything to do with feeling ungrounded or out of body because you're in survival mode, disassociating these sorts of energies. You kind of space out, pop out of your body. Because you feel like your body's not a safe space, or it's painful to be in the body. So if you're out of your body and you're ungrounded, it can feel like ADHD sort of symptoms. It can look like that. Just hearing like constantly on the go. You're just constantly doing something. Can also be a trauma response, survival mode. Because if you were to sit still, those emotions that you've been avoiding would come to the surface. And you're trying to avoid that. It's like a coping mechanism that you have employed. To keep yourself safe, and to stop you from feeling any of these really difficult emotions. So for some of you, you'll be letting this go, that you're ready to sit with and face those emotions. And it's time now to do that. To be brave and courageous and to go within and feel all it is that you need to feel. Also feeling like there is huge, tremendous is what I'm hearing, support for you in the unseen realms, spirit world, angelic realms, to help you do this, and that you can call on them at any time if you need that support. If you're unsure of what you're doing, if you need that guidance. And also to connect in with yourself as well, your heart, your higher self, to get any information that you might need. As this energy continues to spiral down through the different levels and layers of the earth. So for some of you, crystals might be really important on your healing journey. So I'm going to ask that you're plugged in to a crystal that is best for you at this time. Hearing tourmaline for some of you. Citrine is also coming up. Jasper. And any of the kind of black stones. So onyx, obsidian, those sorts of black protective grounding stones as well. So just take the stone that resonates, or you can check in with yourself and see if there's another stone that's for you right now. As your grounding cord continues down through the crystal caves and into the heart of Mother Earth. And I'm going to ask that you're plugged into her heart. Now, please, separately and independently from everyone. I'm going to call in Mother Earth Gaia. Calling in Mother Earth Gaia. Calling in Mother Earth Gaia. I'm going to ask Gaia to ground, earth, anchor, connect and align you fully and completely to her as much as you can be at this time in case there's any blocks, and to put you back in your body as well as much as you can be at this time, to remove any blocks that you might have to being grounded to her fully and completely, and to being in your physical body fully and completely. But again, this is a process. If you are working on grounding, if you're working on being fully present in your body after experiencing trauma, it is a process, and it would take time to just uncover those different levels and layers and those blocks that you might have to doing that. So do be gentle on yourself as you work through that. I'm also hearing that to be realistic about it. It's not going to happen overnight. That you need to temper your expectations. And that everything is unfolding as it should be. You are exactly where you need to be right now. And it's all happening in divine time. So some of you might be feeling frustrated with your pace of your healing journey. I know I am definitely guilty of this, and trying to control it or move it along or do it faster because it can be super painful. But that's also a way of trying to escape the pain. But it's all going to unfold and happen in its own time. It's a process. And slowing down is a very necessary aspect of this process. That's what's going to help you heal. It's what's going to help you heal your nervous system, your emotions, and bring you back into your body and grounded. So it can't be rushed. As rushing is also a trauma response. So the energy coming up from Mother Gaia. Seeing this purple, you can see it on the screen as well. Purple ray coming up into your Earth Star chakra. Grounding, aligning you, earthing you. Clearing out any blocks that you might have to grounding or being fully in your body. Excuse me, a lot of clearing happening. It's like violet ray. For transmutation. As this energy from Gaia moves up into your feet, your shins, ankle shins even, calves, knees, thighs, and into your root. Just grounding, anchoring you, aligning you to the energies of Mother Earth Gaia, giving you that solid stability, supportive energy. As Gaia's energy moves up into your abdomen, chest, down your shoulders, arms, and into your hands, out your fingertips. I'm also seeing Gaia very much present, there to hold your hands, to support you along this journey. healing surviving mode for some of you. Others of you, you're kind of like at the end, and this is the penultimate, I'm hearing, healing for you that will help you transition from survival mode into thriving mode, which is amazing and a huge achievement. And I feel like there is so much love and joy and compassion and caring from you, or from Gaia for you. It's actually making me emotional. And it's kind of like she recognizes how much work that you have done in order to get to this point. And she is honoring you. And she just wants to acknowledge it. And so much love. Oh my goodness. So much love for you. As her energy continues to climb up your throat, into your face, and to the top of your head, up into your soul star chakra, stellar gateway chakra. And I'm going to ask that you're plugged into the grid that's best for you at this time. Earth grid, galactic grid. I feel like most of you will be a galactic grid. A lot of you are starseeds, like myself. Just know you'll be plugged into the grid that's best for you at this time, so that you're fully and completely supported above and below, held within a sacred container for this healing. So I'm going to call in Archangel Zadkiel, calling in Archangel Zadkiel, calling in Archangel Zadkiel. And I'm going to ask Zadkiel just to pass that violet flame down through your entire energy fields, all levels, layers, bodies, fields, systems, and into your chakras as well. And around this sacred space, just to clear anything that might have come up to be released, or any energetic debris. To clear and transmute it and cleanse and purify your energy fields. Please, Zadkiel. And just taking a moment to breathe in through your heart, connecting in with yourself and Zadkiel's energy, seeing what you can pick up with your psychic senses. You might see that violet flame, the violet energy. It's just in the video as well. If you look at the screen, well, it looks violet to me right now. It might be a different color when I turn up the lights. Thank you, Zadkiel. Going to put in some protection as well for the light language transmission. So I'm going to call in Archangel Michael, calling in Archangel Michael, calling in Archangel Michael. I'm going to ask Michael to activate your own unique Inanna around you now, and to anchor that into your energy field for protection. So usually there is a set archangels that come in for this Inanna and surround you on all sides. But I always like to ask for your own unique Inanna, which means that you might have different energies coming in. So won't be able to do it individually for everyone. So it's up to you to tune in and see who's in your Inanna. as an energy is placed in front of you, behind you, to your left, to your right, and 4 other energies are placed in between those 4, like the points on a compass. Archangel Michael is overlighting you above you, and Archangel Uriel below you. So I'm just going to give Michael another minute or 2 to fully activate that Inanna for each and every one of you now. Thank you very much, Michael. So I'm hearing if there is a specific intention that you would like to set in relation to survival mode, coming out of survival mode and thriving, to feel free to set that either out loud or in your mind. And while you're doing that, I'm going to set mine, which is to channel light language of the highest and purest love and light vibrational frequency from my heart to yours, to heal, clear, repair survival mode, to take you out of survival mode and to bring you into thriving, activating thriving mode, and whatever else needs and wants to come through in alignment with the intentions that you have set. All with love, gentleness, ease, and grace for your highest and greatest good. Please and thank you very much. Amen. Okay, so just breathing and receiving as I channel this light language. And taking 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. So that light language was super strong. I felt it at one stage, really in the head, in the mind, no, in the head, in the brain in particular, like rewiring your brain, because when you've had traumatic experiences and have been in chronic fight or flight mode, it can rewire your brain. So you might find that you always feel like you're quite pessimistic. You think things will never get better, that bad things are always going to happen. This traumatic situation is going to happen over and over and over again, and you find it really difficult to be positive or optimistic. So this is directly in relation to those changes that happen in your brain, where it can be rewired so you feel like that and you feel like it's never going to get better. You're not going to get better. You're never going to get out of this. It's never going to end. These sorts of doom and gloom, pessimistic thoughts are directly in relation to what's happened to your brain. So that was a healing for your brain, to rewire it. To bring you out of survival into thriving, and to enable you to feel like you can do it, you can get through it, there is light at the end of the tunnel, to bring in that positivity, that optimism, that seeing the silver lining, knowing and feeling that it's going to get better. It's not always going to be like this. And bear with me, guys, because my foot has fallen asleep, so I've been kind of trying to move around the camera and whatnot, so my apologies for that, as the feeling returns to my feet. Okay, just gonna see if there's anything else that we need to do. Excuse me, some clearing happening. So I'm gonna ask Sadkill again to pass the violet flame, through you, all down through your different levels and layers and fields, just to cleanse and clear any energetic debris that might have come up as a result of that light language transmission. Clear and transmute it. Going to ask the angels to replace any energy that we've cleared from you with love. And if there's some other energy that you want to replace that energy with, feel free to ask the angels for that now. So it could be anything that you want, like peace, thriving, compassion, good luck, whatever it is, whatever comes to your minds, feel free to ask for that. Whew. Thank you, Zadko. So some of you might experience just starting to feel a headache. Some of you might feel a headache over the next couple of hours. It might even be days, I'm hearing, because that's really deep work that's just happened in your brain on a physical level. So there might be some physical symptoms that you might experience as a result of that healing. To just take it easy, again, to check in with yourself to see if there's anything that would be best for you to do to support yourself with this. But to know if that happens, that's what's happening. Okay, so I'm just seeing to visualize a switch in front of you. And at the top where the switch is at, it says survival mode. And at the bottom, it says thriving mode. So just visualizing the switch in front of you. And when you're ready to flick that switch down from survival mode into thriving mode. Ooh, I could certainly feel that. That was cool. So I'm like seeing almost like, you know, the poles of the earth, and the way like the magnets, there's a north pole and there's a south pole. It's almost like flipped and changed. It's reorientating you, is what I'm kind of feeling. Yeah, so this might be, how to put this, because you have always been in survival mode. Could have been absolutely years, for your whole life you've been in survival mode, and then to transition into thriving mode, it's going to take a bit of adjustment, because you are letting go of all those behaviors, those maybe coping mechanisms, those things that you used to do in survival mode in order to keep yourself safe, in order to survive. And you're letting all that go now, because you don't need that anymore. And you're going into thriving mode, which means that you will need a different set of skills, and you will be cultivating that. But it can be uncomfortable as you go from leave that old stuff behind that you are used to and that you're comfortable to, and move into thriving, which is a whole different ball game entirely. So you might feel a bit uncomfortable. You might feel a bit anxious, you might feel a bit fearful, or you kind of feel like, oh, this is a bit risky. The fear of the unknown, because this is a new place that you've never been before. So just to be aware of that, if any of those sorts of energies come up as you step into your thriving mode, to be gentle and compassionate with yourself, because this is a huge, huge thing. And well done. Absolutely well done for all this hard work that you have done, for putting the time in, the effort in, for believing in yourself, for getting to this stage. It's amazing. And you are to be commended and commemorated, is what I'm hearing. It's almost like you're getting a medal, a gold star, because this is a huge milestone, a huge turning point. And you might have been working towards this for a very long time, years, I'm hearing. And you've made it. Okay, so we're going to close down. Just going to ask the angels to ensure that you are fully in your body and fully grounded, and any excess energy is also grounded into the heart of Mother Earth Gaia now, please. Thank you. Going to ask them to balance, harmonize, stabilize, recalibrate, realign all levels, layers, bodies, fields, and systems of you, to put you into alignment with thriving on your path. Thank you. To zip up your aura, zip up your aura, zip up your aura, so you feel strong, safe, and secure within your energy field. Thriving, moving forward. I'm going to ask that anything that was open, to close it down. Healing portals, vortexes, channels, this sacred healing space that I've created around us. Going to ask my guides just to disconnect me from all of your energies, to hand your energy back to me and take my energy, to hand your energy back to you and take my energy back to me, so that we are separate and independent once more. Just going to thank all the energies that were present during this healing. Going to thank you for being here. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so very much. I hope you enjoyed this healing. Please do let me know if you have any feedback or how you experience the energies. I'd love to hear from you by leaving me a comment down below. And other than that, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.